Our next topic is adaptation for protecting themselves. So, animals are totally different from human beings because they do not have any shelters. Now, we are human beings, and where we live inside our homes, and we have our parents that provide all conditions that fulfill our needs and protect us from any harsh condition. And what about that animals? They do not have any shelter, and how they protect them? So there are so many features that we can say that their body adapted in many way. So firstly we talk about some animals that have horns. So rhinoceros is animals that have horns on their body. Okay, and the horns of rhinoceros, horns means bache, some animals have horns like sing. Okay, animals like rhinoceros use their horns to push and threaten. Horns are also used by animals for their defense. Next we talk about the animals that have scales. Animals such as lizard, chameleon, snakes have scaly bodies. The scale on their skin protect them from any dry conditions. Next, we talk about those animals that have shells on their bodies, like garden snails, crabs, turtles, tortoise. Their body covered with the hard shell. This shell help them to stay protected from enemy attacks. There are so many animals that have spines on their body, like porcupine. Porcupine have spine on the surface of their body, and this spine can injury animals. Like if any animals try to eat porcupine animals, so their spines, sharp spines, can injury the animals. Okay, and one unique animals, that one is a puff. So when we talk about puffer fish, it is a small fish called puffish protect itself by puffing up like a balloon, and this makes the sharp spines on its body poke out. The shark cannot eat it. Okay. Next topic is camouflage. So what is camouflage? Camouflage is the ability to blend. Blend means mix into the surrounding environment. It is a very useful defense mechanism so the enemies cannot find it. There are so many examples in camouflage. First one is chameleons. Chameleons are the animals that can change their colors according to the surrounding. You can also see in this picture like chameleons look like a dry leaf so that any predator or any enemies cannot find it or eat it. Okay, so next one is hibernation. What is hibernation? It is a kind of habitat in which animals sleep in summer. Okay, and they utilized their stored food that they early stored in their body. They utilized that food for few months because they cannot able to survive in winters, so they sleep for a long time, for a few months. Okay, and this is all about hibernation. During hibernation, the animal survives on the stored fat in its body. There are so many examples in hibernation like bears, lizards, uh, any other like frogs. Okay, they all hibernate in winter because we cannot see these animals in winters. Next one is migration. So migration is the mass movement of animals and birds for one place to another for breeding, feeding, and to protect themselves from any harsh weather condition. There are so many examples in migration. Migrate animals like whales. There are so many birds like Arctic tern. Okay, so here our chapter is done.